Flagwave Studios, a Pat's Rocklight Productions presents by Conan Philosophies and Theories. Warning: some of these theories may not be fact-checked, or may be based on science fiction, unless otherwise posted. So some episodes may contain science and facts and total truths. Some may be made up, so viewer discretion is advised. By Conan Philosophies and Theories, Season 1, Episode 3, Part 6, A True Democracy. This series may be in several parts. Welcome to another episode of By Conan Philosophies and Theories, Season 1, Episode 3, Part 6, A True Democracy. I'm your host, Patrick Conan. In the True Democracy, businesses, associations, corporations, and services must have a same style of command elected by the workers of that place's command elected every 2 years with 2 terms, and both workers and customers can overthrow them if not satisfied. And this is an example of how that works, okay? This isn't really right, and it's not just the workers can overthrow the corporations and all that. It can be, customers or basically the people. The people, all join together and say, this corporation has been, dumping toxic waste in this lake for, 10 years now. We gotta do something about it. Then they can take them to the wing court, and then the wing court can let them, say, hey, we gotta do this because this corporation is doing something wrong. They can overthrow them, but, so they can have the right to challenge it. And then that's when it's brought to the wing court. The wing court then decides, that in favor of the people, then the corporation's higher levels get overthrown. Okay. This is an example how it works. E3 through E5, but I don't have no E's. No, I don't have no E's. I'll try to explain to you as best as I can in the shortest amount of period that we have here. Your local restaurant, for example, KFC. There is 4 main people in charge of your local restaurant, and 2 to 4 auxiliary that can run a store for a short period. If people in charge overthrow, if people in charge are overthrown by the workers or by the customers or by the people elected every 2 years, no term limit necessary. Excuse me. Okay. Number 1 would be store manager. Head of the store looks over all operations of the store. Main in charge. Okay. Number 2, assistant manager. Head of hiring. Head of under management of the store. Okay. Underneath them would be obviously shift managers, help and aid with running of shift, calling product, and handling employees. Usually head leaders in the local unions. If overthrown in union, they do not lose their position at the job unless overthrown there also. So, if a shift manager is always in charge of the unions, If the people within the union decide that the shift manager is not listening to them, they have the right to overthrow the shift manager, but the shift manager does not lose his position as shift manager at KFC, just because he lost his position at the unions. He can still keep his position as a shift manager, and another person can be elected as a union rep. Okay? And, he can keep his job, unless he is overthrown there as well. If people say he or she is not doing their job correctly, then they can be overthrown and fired. Okay? At any level, basically. They can be overthrown by the workers, customers, whatever have you. They can be basically fired for not doing their job. Okay? Underneath the assistant manager is also diamond guards. These people are usually ex-managers from other stores or whatever have you. They assure that the union leaders listen to the people as well as the managers. Okay. Also under local restaurants are the second assistant manager. He or she is head of customer service, product, and security of the store. Underneath this person would be customer leaders, head leaders of the customers who have issues with the store. The shift manager is different from the shift manager. Just basically helps fill orders and stuff like that. The customer leader is actually the one that's in charge of basically customer service. They are the ones that help customers with questions, or if they have complaints or anything like that. They are in charge of that. And they also have a diamond guard as well, usually ex-customer leaders or customers themselves. Okay. They ensure that customer leaders and manager listen to each customer and issues. If not, then tells customer leader, which tells all customers who can overthrow the management or boycott the store until issues are resolved. If not, goes to the next level and helps protect stores from mad customers or former employees who have been fired. Okay. Another underneath the store would be the third assistant manager. One in charge of ordering, inventory, scheduling, with the assistance from the second manager, and promotions, items for sale or specialty items. Okay. Okay. The next level would be the city restaurants. That would be, example would be Somerset's, KFCs must have 2 or more in a city to have this level. If less than 2, then goes to the next level. So if you have 2 of the same restaurant in one city, then you're going to have an organization called the City Restaurants of, like KFC or something like that. They'll say Somerset KFCs, or it may say Somerset, Burger Kings or whatever have you. If it's 2 or more of the same restaurant, then you're to join together to form this level. Okay. Okay. City number 1 underneath this level is city or town manager. One in charge of multiple stores in a city or town. This is a manager that's responsible for all the stores within the city. It doesn't matter if it's separate cities, just like before when we had separate cities even if they were a suburb, it would be the same way. If you have, a McDonald's, just one McDonald's and, such a thing, then then they are separate from the main city. If the main city has like 3 or 4, McDonald's, then there'll be this, city or town manager of that. He would be in charge of all the McDonald's within that city, but he won't be in charge of the McDonald's that are in the separate suburbs, okay? Number 2, first assistant restaurant manager of the city or town. Head of management of the stores in the city or town. They are basically the ones that are overseeing the store managers, the assistant managers, the crew leaders, whatever have you. They are the main ones within the city. Okay. Number 3, second assistant restaurant manager of the city or town. Head of higher customer services when previous level have failed. And store security ensures that the stores in the city or town have enough security and ensures that it is protected by local police as well. Number 4, third assistant restaurant manager of the city or town. I just put example Somerset. So it might be called, Somerset, it might say, third assistant restaurant manager of, Somerset, or third assistant manager of Houston, or whatever have you. Okay? The third assistant manager of city or town, one in charge of promotional items, specials, whatever have you within that city. Okay? Okay, now it goes to the next level. County restaurants. An example would be the county's KFCs, or the county's Burger Kings, or the county's McDonald's, or whatever have you. Must have 3 or more within a county to have this level. If not, it goes on to the next level. However, if less many restaurants unions may collide at this point. Example would be if you didn't have 3 or so KFCs, then the KFCs could join their brand unions. So restaurants associated with each other, like KFC, Taco Bell, A&W, Long John Silver's, are part of Yum Foods. They can create a coalition for the stores in the county. They can say, we will join together because we are basically one brand, or under one brand. So we will join together and we will form Yum stores, the United, Pulaski County Yum stores, Yum brand stores, or whatever have you. And then they can have the same thing, and their unions, and so forth, okay? Okay. The person underneath these controls would be county head manager, one in charge of restaurants within the county. Number 2, county assistant manager, one who allows promotion of employees as well as pay raises, reports any issues from employees to next level. Number 3, county second assistant manager, one who asks customers for surveys, asks how stores can improve, and deals with any customers at this level. Number 4, county third assistant manager, one in charge of finances of stores within the county, also gives and also gives out specials. I'm sorry. Also gives out specials and sales for the county. It kind of looked like a B there. Sorry. Okay. Okay. The next level would be region restaurants. If a county or counties does not have enough restaurants for their county, then goes to this level. Either what the owner of the store within a certain state or restaurants that have joined together. This is also the beginning of the corporate level. Okay. Obviously, it's already kind of divided into regions. I noticed when I used to work at KFC, we were like region 5 or something like that. So obviously we have there's different regions that might cover large areas. I'm not sure. Or simply, if you don't have that, then you can obviously then do state. Be basically the same thing. Okay. Okay. You can do two different ways. You can do state or you can do region. Okay. So then number 1 would be regional or state general manager. Main one in charge of restaurants in their region or state. Number 2, state or regional manager. One in charge of the managers of the stores and their unions. Okay. Number 3, assistant regional or state manager. One who gets the suggestions of opinions and customer complaints at this level. Okay. Region or state supervisor. One in charge of the finances of the stores in the region. Creates special sales promotions for that region. Okay. Okay. Obviously, that says region. I'm not sure if regions cross state lines, but it also says state here. So we're just gonna scratch what I said state. We'll just scratch that. Okay. This is state restaurants. If a region or regions need, they can take it up with the state corporate heads who control all the stores within the state associated with its brand, like, Yum Brands, whatever have you. And then they'll have these levels. Number 1 is state corporate leader, one in charge of all stores within the state. Number 2 is state corporate manager, one in charge of the region managers and supervisors and their unions. Okay. Number 3, state representative manager, one who overlooks customer operations and services for the state. Number 4, state operations manager, one who is in charge of finances for the state, conduct research into new items or corruptions with other companies, mainly in charge of research department. They're the ones in charge of the researching and development. Okay, next level is quadrant associations. Any corporations, associations, businesses, whatever have you, that can join can do so at this level. So if you have not already done the joining or coalition of your brand, you must do it at the quadrant level. Okay. Or you must join with other fast foods, kind of like you. So, for example, Yum can join with other fast food corporations depending on the choice by the people. So you don't have the choice, but Yum would have to obviously join the corporation for Burger King or McDonald's or whatever have you. Okay. Corporations, associations, businesses, and whatever have you that do not join are their own and still must have this level. So if they have not joined, or the people have not decided for them to join another, company or whatever have you, then they must be their own. Okay? and their levels are: number 1, Quadrant Area Manager. It just says QAM or any name decided. This is just an example. Okay? One in charge of states within the quadrant, corporations, association, businesses, whatever have you, that have joined a main association or sub-main association, decision made by the people, or an incorporation of just one company, association, business, whatever have you, must have offices at this level, associated with the association of businesses on or after the next level, depending on people. Main one in charge. Okay. Number 2 is Quadrant Assistant Manager, or any name decided by the people. One in charge of state managers and their unions and employees and their unions, if it goes this far. If the unions have problems and they can't solve it, if it goes this far, he controls basically all of it. He or she, I mean. Okay? Number 3, Quadrant Customer Service Manager, or any name decided by the people. One who is in charge of customer service and operations at the quadrant level. Number 4, Quadrant Financial Manager, or any name decided by the people, in charge of finances for the quadrant. For the stores, obviously. Okay, and then it goes up to the national level. Okay. National Association. An association under the Association of Businesses, which we will show here. Or the Association of Businesses itself level. They are both the same. Just the AB, better known as, has more control over an NA. Because of multiple associations, corporations, businesses, whatever have you. Okay. Levels underneath the National Association are National Office Main Manager, or name decided by the people. One in charge of the nation's association, corporation, businesses, whatever have you, or head of the Association of Businesses. Number 2, National Executive Manager, or name decided by the people. One in charge of quadrant managers and their unions, all employees and their unions of the association, corporations, businesses, whatever have you, associated with this association, or all the association, corporations, businesses, whatever have you, of the nation, employees and their unions, who make it to this level. So if they go past the past level, they make it to this level, okay? Excuse me. Number 3, National Office Manager, or name decided by the people, in charge of informing customers and the people of info. Sorry about that, I ran a little bit out of time there. Excuse me. Welcome back. Sorry. Okay. Where were we? National Office Manager, or name decided by people, in charge of informing customers and the people of the association, corporation, businesses, whatever have you, that is joined a national association or the AB, and deal with customers of these. Warning: if customer complaints goes to the AB, then the main government may step in and overthrow at or all the levels it's starting at. So if a customer complaint starts at the lowest level, at the local, whatever have you, and it keeps on going up, people just keep on ignoring, and it goes up to the National Association or the Association of Businesses hears about it, and if they don't do anything about it, and then the customer can still go on up, even to the, I think it's the vice presidents over this, go to the vice president of the nation, and if he hears about it, then he has the right to overthrow all the way down. He can overthrow all the way down, even to the local level. That's why you got to make sure you always listen to people, because if the vice president doesn't hear about it, then obviously the Suprema or whatever have you will. And if the Suprema doesn't do anything about it, then that person has the right, if he tells other people, hey, I've went all the way up, then the people have a right to overthrow that Suprema based just on that. So they can overthrow him just for that. Okay. Number 4, National Finance Manager, or name decided by the people. One in charge of finances of the association, corporation, businesses of the national level, or the AB. Well, that's all for today. That's all the time we have for anyways. So, always, together, we can change humankind and improve ourselves. Please like, questions, comments below. Thank you. And join us next time for episode 7. Thank you.